Alrighty, it looks like we're live and it looks like the mic is working. So hopefully it is. I am Polar Beer. I am completely new to streaming, though I did have a fantasy football and baseball podcast that I think maybe 10 people listen to in total. So hopefully we get a few more views and listens than that. But we'll see. So this game is Starborne Frontiers. It is a gacha game. It is new to me, though it looks like it's a couple years old. They did just do a bigger global launch. So let's start to get into it here. Alright. It does not look like the stream is actually working. Okay, there we go. A little delayed. So, this is your home screen. Lots of red dots usually. I came in here, cleaned out a little bit for the day. Plenty of other videos going through all the mechanics and things like that. But I am on day 9. So we get our daily logins here. I did buy a couple of beacon packs. And I got some really good legendary pulls out of it. So let's do it this way, because I'm still learning all these guys' names too. So Ravager is a top attack unit, as is Mei Ying. Hermes is a really good support and healer. Voron is, according to the community, one of the top 3 tanks. Hyan, let's go with that. Again, another good healer, debuff remover. Anemone, I think, has her place. I might be trying her out in the vault tonight. Apex is a free legendary you get for joining the Discord. And then Obsidian, again, I think a decent attacker. But again, he's kind of been replaced for me once I got Mei Ying. Volk, great supporter, increases crit damage, crit rate, so just overall buffs your attack. Butcher, again, one of the other, I should say, a free epic you get from the campaign. Yes, thank you, Scott D. Saying the names out loud for a new game or for names you haven't heard before is definitely an adventure and always fun. Heliodor is again another really good support. He was actually key for me in beating a brutal campaign stage just a little bit ago. And again, this Yazid guy, again, is supposedly another good tank that maybe we'll be building up later today. But let's get to the pulls, because we have a guaranteed Makoli. I like Makoli. So units here have an active ability and a charged ability. This little number next to the time will say kind of basically how many turns they take to charge it up. And then a passive ability that gets upgraded as you put duplicates into them. So this guy cleanses a debuff, does a repair for all the other units in front of him, and then decreases the damage they're going to take on subsequent turns. And then his charged ability, again, a little bit of a bigger heal, but then also I think this is what's pretty unique and makes him more tanky, is that he also heals based off of his defense, whereas most healers can only repair based off their max HP. And so again, he's granting more damage immunity or damage reduction buffs for your team. His passive, again, when he's directly damaged or drops below 40%, he instantly gets 20% back. This disable, again, prevents activation, active charge, and passive skills. So, I mean, I'm hoping this goes on the enemy and not me, but you never know. And again, you can see this refit too. That means again, this part of the passive gets unlocked once he has 2 duplicates in him. So right now, Makoli is a guaranteed epic after 40 pulls. So let's start. This is a pretty cool animation. I like how the beam comes out. You can always tell the kind of what your rarity you're going to get right away. So mostly rares. This is the Epic Ripper. I think I have a few copies of her. Haven't really looked at her. Haven't found a place for her yet. This is one of the starter champs that you can choose. She's good for a little bit. I think this is that healer that everyone gets just to kind of help you along the way. So 10 out of 40, nothing too impressive. Let's see what we get next. All right, another epic. Oh, wow. Got him early. So this will be interesting. I'm not sure now. Do I get another guaranteed once I hit 40? Or does that finish the guarantee for me? No. So I got him after 20, or in those first 20 pulls, and now I get another copy after another 20. So that seems like a great deal. More epics. All right, keep them coming. Who are you? Defiant. Okay, so a chemical defender. Probably going to be tough to find a use for her just based off of that, because Voron is also a chemical defender, although she does have her provoke. Stasis is kind of like a lockout skill, so that could be useful. But we'll see. For now, we're gonna stick with Voron, and let's get that second Makoli copy. All right, so there he is. I think it kind of find it interesting, right? So I would have had to pull the 40, but it still puts him at the front of the list here. This guy, Morale, Thermal Defender. Again, another Provoke, a Cleanse, a little bit of a heal. Okay, so he could be useful. Now this lady, alien, feminine appearing character, Palace, I think is one of the top epics. I've seen her mentioned a lot on the Discord. A lot of the it's still very endgame viable. So I'm actually very excited to pull her because she is also new. So let's see what she does. You need 160% damage. The other ally with the lowest current health heals for 15% of the damage dealt. Okay, so she's got healing someone. This back target means she's always going to hit that last person in the line in front of her. What does her charge ability do? Steals a buff from the target and then smacks for 220% of damage. So that's awesome. Does not require hacking to take effect. Okay, that's even better. So you can build her for pure damage. And then her passive gets attack up to, which is 30% attack for one turn after an ally is critically repaired. Okay, so and something I learned the other day too, heals can critically repair, so crit rate on your healers is still important, which is definitely a new feature for me coming over from Raid. I don't think crit rate matters too much for your healers there. Again, you can see this refit too. So not only does this unit gain attack up, but it also gets leech too. So leech, kind of another way she can heal herself there. So again, repairing for 30% of that damage dealt, which is essentially what she's doing on this first one to a lesser extent for one of her other allies here. So yeah, very, very excited for Palace. So okay, that's the guaranteed. A nice part about this game, if I wanted to pull another 40, I'd get another one. I only have 34. We'll hold off. Again, I kind of showed you I already have some really good legendaries, including, again, a chemical tank. So again, not entirely sure he's going to find a use case right away, but again, we'll definitely hold on to him, and we'll at least have the first step to the refay here. So got a few days to figure out if you want to pull more. Again, looks like we can get a couple more of those beacons if we upgrade more gear, which is very tedious in this game. The other event right now, Elun, one of the kind of gear dungeons or gear bounties. Kind of nice thing about this is it's pretty linear. You know exactly how many points you're going to get, so if you really want to do the math, you can figure out what stage you're on, how many times you need to run it in order to get the points that you need. A nice system. Again, I'm coming from 5 years of Raid, and that's all RNG on top of RNG, so having something that's straightforward, love it. So the playtime focus for tonight is going to be the Alliance Raid. the Vault. So this does rotate affinities, I believe, weekly. Right now it's Electric Vault. You can see our alliance here has previously beat normal, so now we can go into hard. Normal, when we beat it, you get twice as many rewards. So let's see what we got from yesterday's clear. All right, 18,000 credits. Platinum, again, is kind of like another currency. Bunch of arena tokens, implant tokens, so a bunch of different kind of stores and currencies. 2 pieces of gear, leech set, again 15% from the damage dealt, so you can build that into a set. You can put that on anyone. And then the ambush set, attack and speed. So this set, pretty intriguing to me right now. I don't know if I have a ton of pieces of it yet, but again, good to get those from the Alliance Vault boss here. So the hard boss, we didn't take it down 100%, so we only get 1 set of rewards. Again, decent chunk of XP to help upgrade our ships, a little bit of platinum, and then a 4-star leech piece. Again, I'm keeping all the gear right now, just because, again, I don't have an immediate need to sell it, and I'm still kind of figuring out what the good pieces are going to be. So Scott is calling out, again, Nurai. Let me know if I'm saying that wrong, because I believe this is Scott's account. So he hit the hard vault boss for 920 or 902,000. So that puts him in tier 3. If I didn't say last time, I got tier 4, and these are additive. So if Nurai can throw another key at it, again, he'll get those tier 4 rewards. But let's start back on normal. Nurai, again, already did 1.1, so he cleared well into that tier 4. But again, you can see these are the possible rewards from the normal vault boss, and again, you get double the rewards if this boss goes down to 100%. So let's get in. This nice little splash screen kind of explains the affinities, what beats what. I still can't quite remember it, so I always have been thinking of Pokemon. So you got your fire that's weak to water. Water is weak to grass. Grass is weak to fire. So fire beats grass. Grass beats water. Water beats fire. Purple, antimatter, unaffected. Not sure how that relates into Pokemon, but from a raid standpoint, that's void. So again, don't need to worry about affinities there just yet. So what does this Vault guy do? Again, kind of similar, has active, has passive abilities. So his active ability, basically his every attack, he's going to deal some damage to the enemy in a row, but he's going to target the enemy with the highest current health. He's going to skip over shields, and he's going to give himself this barrier, which drops his damage, increases his security or his ability to resist your debuffs, and is overall pretty annoying. So you can see kind of how I have my team set up. When I click on him, it shows who he's targeting. So he's targeting Voron, who is, again, my chemical tank. And so how do we get back? Okay, it shows up here. So kind of this blue border here. And again, right here. So here, this is the electric vault, right? So water is weak to grass. So my chemical defender is strong to the electric attacker. So he gets some advantages. He takes less damage, or Voron takes less damage. He gets less debuffs. Overall, things just go better for him. So again, because he has my highest HP in my team, Vault is going to target him and anyone behind him. So you can see if I move my healer over here, all of a sudden he starts hitting everyone in that row. So obviously we don't want to do that. So again, he's targeting the Vault right now. That's his active ability. The charged ability, so again, every 2 turns, he's going to throw attack down on everyone, so decrease the attack. I'm running more of a chemical comp, so doesn't necessarily rely on attack, so doesn't bug me. But again, he'll deal 30% damage, and again, this removes 1 charge. I think that increases their time until they can do their charged ability. I'm not entirely sure yet. Okay, there you go. So a great part about this game, a lot of explanation if you're not entirely sure what it does. Just maybe, look over an inch or two, and it'll show you exactly what it does. So, and again, so nice part doesn't affect enemies with an affinity advantage. So this ability doesn't affect Voron because he has that affinity advantage this week. So Vault's passive, again, immune to control, speed up, speed down. At the end of the round, that barrier disappears. So essentially, if we can get our whole team going before the vault, that barrier doesn't really matter. This reactor overcharge, again, just keeps ramping up. Basically, increases his damage. So ultimately, he's going to kill you. The question is just how long can you kind of survive. So again, Voron is my tank. He's eating the DPS. He is a kind of a unique tank that I've seen, in that he converts all incoming damage into a damage over time effect, but he essentially splits up that damage. So if he were getting, call it 100,000 damage, he'd split it up into 33,000, 33,000, 33,000. So essentially he spaces out the damage over 3 turns, but then he also reduces that damage essentially from 20%. And that's that refit 2 for him, which in his portrait you can see from these 2 gold stars, so that's refit 2. So yeah, again, he's I think a great tank. He's been very helpful for me. Hermes here is my healer, so again, you can see these green squares. He's affecting everyone in this range, so he's healing up Voron, he's healing up all my other guys on here. Ravager, right? Yeah. So he is mainly a direct damage dealer, but he does have Infernal 2. So this is a damage over time that deals damage based off of his attack. So that's kind of why I have him in here. Again, I started with him in here because he was the best guy I had, and he's just kind of stuck with me. And again, you'll see he does decent damage at the end. Main damage dealer is this rare guy, Yarrow. Again, you should be able to get him fairly easily as a rare. Basically, on his active attack, he throws out this Corrosion 1, and that deals 3% of its max HP every turn. Doesn't matter defense, ignores shields. So basically, he's throwing this Corrosion buff on the boss all the time, and then every second turn, he's getting an upgraded version. So essentially, Corrosion 2 against 6% of his HP. The damage he deals, you're not building for that. We just want to get him hacking or accurate. So again, right now, what's that? 187 accuracy. Most of the Discord charts are saying you want to aim for even 220. So he'll probably get resisted a few times here. You can see my gear is not great, not very well upgraded, but we're doing what we can. So again, this hacking set, this little purple hand, each set gives him 30 hacking, so he's got 60 just from the sets alone. Again, if we could get a hacking software, again, that would be ideal. And then I did want to look to see if I had, because there is a set, it's decimation, right? So it increases the dot damage. So I assume that would take his Corrosion 1 up to 3.3% of HP. And okay, 3-star hacking. So we can, what does that go up to? So it looks like hacking he gets 1, so at max 40 for the 3-star. So essentially I'd have to be replacing, if I maxed it out, which is expensive, so I definitely can't do that with under 500,000 credits. So we could realistically probably get this up to like 9 or 10. So again, right now, not worth replacing a whole set for just a hacking software, but something we'll keep in mind going forward here. Hyen, again, another healer. She also has the hacking up, so that's part of the reason I can build Yara with less hack than he needs, because she gives him an extra 40. So she's definitely helping out there. And again, she is doing a little bit of repair, and then she adds this cheat death, basically an immunity when your allies get a fatal blow, blocks it. So you get just a little extra turn there. So let's get it going. We'll slow it down to 1 speed here just to kind of show. At the bottom you can see the turn order. You can see right now Voron is my only one that's slower than the Vault. There's his big blast. That's that little dot that Voron turns the damage into. Again, up here you can see these little bubbles. These are the corrosions. This flame is the infernal. What is that one? So we can hit info, click on it, decrease damage down. Okay, so again, we've kind of neutered Vault here. Again, there's that big shield that he throws up, but Voron's the only one going into it. He's not really there for damage, so I don't really care. And it looks like that out damage down is able to bypass his shield right now anyway. So yeah, now we just watch, we wait. This game, you're not actively controlling the fights. You just set them up and you click go. So, you know, some of it is a little tedious, a little bit boring, right? We're just watching this happen. We're not having any input. We don't get to choose when to do the charge ability versus just the regular ability. But that's part of the strategy, right? Is you kind of figure out how to get your team to go in the proper order that works best. So let's crank this up to 2%, and then we'll just we'll watch the damage tick up. And apologies for the silence, because I tend to play these games on my phone or on my iPad, not just on my computer. I tend to just mute them right away. Apologies to the creators and all the audio engineers that make the cool sounds, but if I'm playing on my phone somewhere, I don't want it blasting laser noises and all sorts of mechanical stuff. But maybe we'll turn it back on here for the next part. Let's see. All right, so if we remember, our target damage for that top tier or tier 4 reward was just under 500,000, so we are crushing it already. I think the best I've seen out of this team is about 2.5, so we'll see how close we get to that. We were talking about crit heals earlier, so Hermes here does have a little bit of crit damage, or excuse me, crit rate. So again, that's why you see a bunch of different numbers with his heals. Sometimes he crits, sometimes he doesn't. So that leads to a little bit of inconsistency right now. And then obviously some of the resists. Again, we don't have perfect hacking right now, so some of these debuffs I think I've seen get resisted here. So again, hopefully another couple minutes here, and then we'll maybe push on to hard and see what else we can do. Alright, we are starting to see some of these HP bars drop pretty low. So I think we are nearing the end here. Again, this is not a boss you kill outright. You just do as much damage as you can, and then your alliance members come in, do the same, and ultimately you take him down that way. Another nice thing, even after the vault boss is defeated, any other alliance member can still go in, still hit them for however much damage, you know, their 500,000, and still get their chests. So nice little feature there. And again, now we see people start to explode. I do think that's a cool way for, you know, these little spaceships to die. It makes sense, right? So 2.7, I think that's the highest I've seen so far. So again, probably had some good RNG on the heals, good RNG on the corrosions. But essentially, you know, getting close to 3 million. So did a good chunk of damage for him. So 2.8, you hit more info, it tells you exactly. So Yarrow, our corrosion man, did 2.2 of the 2.8 million. So again, he is doing work. Ravage, right? Reaper, Ravage, whatever his name was, this little guy. You know, 500,000, so he's still helping. Again, Voron's trying, but again, he's there to tank. So, you know, every little bit helps at some point. So, you're doing pretty good there. Again, if it weren't for the hacking increase, I might try and replace Hyan. She's really not doing a ton of healing, but she's definitely make sure we land more of these corrosion debuffs. Hermes, again, you know, healing everyone up, making it happen. So again, that's the normal boss. So let's go mess with the settings and see. There we go. All right. Again, new to streaming, not entirely sure how to read some of the levels I'm seeing, but hopefully that's not too loud and you can still hear me. So back into, so we can take a look again. 2.8 million. Sorry, Narai. Again, level 24 was level 15. Makes sense. I did more than double your damage, but again, hitting that tier 4 reward, and again now, again, pretty halfway to defeating the boss for today, and again getting double rewards. So moving on to hard. And actually, what I do want to do, so nice part too here, you can see turn order, right? So Yarrow's going first, Ravager, then we're getting healed. I tried Anemone the other day. Let's get her out of there. Let's keep it consistent, and let's just see kind of what this team can do on hard. I do, now that I see it again, that Voron has this decreased damage down that really wasn't getting resisted too much. Let me see if we can make him a little bit faster. Do I have any with speed? Ooh, I do, but it's already upgraded to 8, so it's not going to roll speed again. Do I really... Let's see if we have some speed thrusters here. So... Speed... And so that's the defense set, so I do have some speed thrusters here. I lose a chunk of defense. Is that worth it? Not right now. Let's see what happens. So... Again, same team, same positioning, only variable is now we're up on the hard boss. Again, he's still attacking Voron. So, again, you can see his HP went from, I think it was what, 8.6 now up to almost 22 million. So I'm going to take a lot more team alliance damage to knock him down. So let's kind of watch and see what happens. So let's see, this is where that, okay, so we did get the out damage down, so that's good. Maybe we didn't necessarily need to speed him up. I'm keeping an eye over here right now, just seeing if I see any, you know, resisted. But I just keep seeing all the Infernos. I see all the corrosions hitting, so we're doing good there. Corrosions, Inferno. Alright, so at least now we got volume this time, so you can hear the game. There was a resist. So again, now that out damage down isn't on there, so you might hit a little bit harder. But let's keep watching and see what happens. Want to check the info here just to show you. Voron has 8 stacks of hull shred, so I guess this must be a new ability for the hard vault. Maybe we'll take a look at that after this run here, but it is just crushing his defense. His defense is already down 16%. Again, this is his damage stat that he, or debuff that he flips into damage over time. So it would be nice if that was removable. Then again, Ryan would have a little bit of a bigger role. But for now, let's just see what happens. So Voron again now down 24% of his defense and still he's doing work. Start to see what's on Ravager here. Okay, that's the attack down. Again, not that big of a deal, though that does hurt his direct damage. Maybe we'll try replacing him. See if we can get another corrosion unit here. Down goes Voron. So again, this will be the end of the run here pretty soon. Without Evolve just starts lasering down the lanes. One more attack. Boom. Alright though. So 1.7, pretty solid. I'm happy with that. Again, Yarrow MVP, most of the damage, Ravager a little bit. So yeah, let's see if we can replace him. Maybe get him a little bit more. Okay, that rounded down. 1.6 at 1.69. That should round up. Come on. But again, a little over half the damage from normal on hard. So I got one key left. Let's see what else we can do. So again, Ravager, not doing a ton. Anemone here. The reason I was trying her the other night, her A1, she throws more Corrosion 1 on there. And then with her charged attack, she gets Corrosion 2. So essentially kind of a beefed up version of Yarrow again, because she is legendary. There is rare that I've seen mentioned, but I don't have him built up yet. So I wonder where he's hiding. This guy. So again, A1, he's just throwing out corrosion once. Charged, he's throwing out corrosions once. So not as good as Anemone, I would think, for these corrosion debuffs, just because he doesn't have that corrosion too. Let's see if or how I have her built. So again, hacking, I got her about 190. Speed, where are we at? 85. So speed we'd like to bump up a little bit. Do I have better thrusters? So we can say we only want the hacking set, we only want speed. Nope. Maybe they're on someone, so let's show equipped. Ooh, okay. So I do have some on. This guy was like he's a tank, but his passive throws some corrosion on there. But I think I can steal those. So for now, he's level 11 versus level 4. So let's see how high we can upgrade these. And this is kind of tedious. It's nice it's a flat rate, but it is expensive. Again, I had 450 or so. Every 4 levels you get an extra boost to your substats. So at level 4 I got crit power, level 8 I got defense. Let's see if I can get it to 12. Okay, I can, thankfully. A little bit more defense, always good. So now we're gaining some speed. So let's equip that. Yes, we'll take it away from Shepard. Sorry, buddy. So now we're at 90. Can we get a ton higher? Can I get any higher? Let's see if we have any more. So I'll take this off. Let's do just those. But we have our hacking set with speed on the bottom. Security, but this is hacking, so I'm not going to take that or that. No sensors. The weapon. Okay, that weapon is a nice speed upgrade. Let's see if we can hit it. 4, come on, right here. Nope. I think we can get to 8, 7, 8. Give me speed. More HP. Alright. Well, again, it gets me 4 speed, so let's put that on. And then, nice part, you can always just clear that. Now, level 2 Star Hull. Let's just get rid of speed. It's a 5-star, but there's really nothing in it. Attack, again, I'm not building her for damage, so none of those are really an upgrade. It irks me that that's only level 2, so let's make it a 4 just because. So a little extra defense. Again, let's make her a little bit more survivable here. Nice would be a nice little slider. Say, hey, I want to go to 4. Tell me how much it is. Hey, I want to go to 8. Give me the total amount. Let me choose any level in between there. But that's not what we have. So you gotta click the button. What is this worth? What she have? 190 close to 200. Maybe let's see if we can get a little bit more hacking on her and get lucky here. Alright, well, at least it makes her a little bit more takey. And then, now Voron. Oh yeah, let's check out. So what is this hull shred? And where is that coming from? Hull shred, okay. So this is on his active, okay, so he's just hitting with this all the time. Did I miss that on the first one? Now I'm curious. Normal. Active. Okay. No hull shred on normal, that's why. Alright, so again it pays to read through things when you go to different levels. Why is there no... Oh, there's the exit button. Alright, so back to hard. Let's replace our Ravager with our Anemone. She is only level 40, so she might get got a little bit sooner. But again, you still targeted Voron here. I wonder... So the opposite of hacking is security. Is there anything I can do easily to boost his security? And 87,000 is nothing in my mind. So again, I don't think any of these we're going to be able to get to roll another substat. Okay, the hacking is nice. Let's get that decrease down. So probably not. Let's just deal with it. Let's see if essentially Anemone is an upgrade over Ravager. And hopefully she's faster. She's not. Bummer. So let's see. Get resisted. That's not good. So she's probably not going to be any better than Ravager because she's not doing anything. So we can see at least Hermes is going before the boss. So if we can get Anemone as faster than Hermes, should be better output here. Thanks for joining. I actually watched, I think it was your Vault videos. Again, kind of got me a little interested in the game here and started on this round, so appreciate you stopping by. Say the videos are a little old, but they still hold up. I mean, again, the basis of this team is a corrosion team, getting some healing and support, which again, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, your video was kind of like, hey, here's your early team, and then here's your nightmare team. So, again, thanks for the inspiration here, and hopefully we can do the same and pass some along to future gamers. So 1.4, I'm actually surprised that's kind of as close as it was to last time. I forgot to click and see just how much damage Anemone did, but I think if we can get her going faster, that will help more. Yeah, so no way to see exactly who did what damage here. And then again, we got to keep in mind too that Anemone is the wrong affinity for the electric boss. So again, she would have needed a lot higher hacking to begin with. So she's 94 speed, and Hermes is 99. Okay, so a little extra speed. I'm curious, if I promote her, does that give her more base speed? I don't have the ability to do it anyway. I don't have the food or the frames for it. So let me see. Let's go back down to Makoli here. Let's go back by rarity. Let's make him a little bit smaller since we know what he looks like. Yeah, I'll drop that game volume a little bit. Again, new to streaming, appreciate the feedback. Is that any better? So, Makoli, let me go back here. So, he is currently 83 speed at level 10. Let's see if I promote him. That didn't affect his speed. But let's see if we can get up to 20. Does that give him more speed? No. Let's get him up to 30. No speed there either. So I think it was pretty steady security hacking, crit power on the upgrades there. So I don't know if upgrading Anemone will give her more speed or not. This is how we use the dupes. So again, this first dupe just gives him some stats. Second dupe upgrades that passive. Again, I don't have another dupe or an epic thing. So, yeah, that's where he sits for now. We'll kind of decide. We got a few days and if we want to pull for more. Oh yeah, this girl, I want to upgrade her so I don't forget about her. And we'll be doing some more research on her, try and figuring out where to best use her, how to get her into some teams. Okay, she got some crit rate and crit power with the upgrades there, so that's nice. And bye to this guy. Alright, so I'll get her up to 40 for now. 40 again seems to be a bottleneck for levels for me. The 4-star mainframes are a little bit harder to come by. You can buy one in the shop every day. So we'll do that, and then we'll keep an eye on everything else. So again, we'll try to get Anemone a little bit faster. I appreciate the offer, Ruxter. I think we're gonna shut it down for the night here. But we'll try and figure out when to get back on, and again, I'll be posting in the Discord. I know you guys have been awesome and helpful over there, so I'll keep the questions flowing in there, and then maybe try to synthesize some of that info, or again bring up other questions here in video format. So again, going from 12 to 13 costs almost 90,000. I don't have enough, so I might grind out some credits and crank up her speed a few more to get her going before that shield drops, but not tonight. So thank you all for joining me. Again, hopefully it was entertaining, if not informative, and then we'll kind of decide on what to tackle next time and when that next time is.